Entering team select screen. The Miami Dolphins, the home team, are selected. Ready.
It's week 6 of the NFL. And up next is Xavier Howard, who's really putting up incredible numbers all season. 11 interceptions so far. It's the Dolphins and the Vikings. And it's all up next on EA Sports.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Miami Dolphins. Brandon Gaud alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Vikings coming into play. This year, they've really struggled to run the football. You and I have talked about that a lot. And in this one, running the football could be extra tough because they're going against one of the best run defenses in the National Football League.
Yeah, it's a bit like trying to run through the proverbial brick wall, isn't it, partner? And I think that what we learned from them this week is that they've gone back and reviewed all the best runs they've had this year, what's made them so, and tried to package that one for this game in order to give their passer time to throw it when they do want to fling it downfield.
Entering play call screen. Kickoff middle.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. This defense for the Dolphins, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
They sure did, and the key number to me was total offense allowed, which was barely over 100 yards. That's a heck of a sign that this defense is really putting all the pieces together and doing it cohesively.
From the 27, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
Entering play
The
call.
windup is 7. And it'll leave with a 3rd and a 4-yard to go. I mean, defensively, you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll give up the middle to Johnson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Johnson. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Agba. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
6 categories.
Jordan Berry out to punt on 4th down. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
R2 button.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. And here comes the Miami offense now, and it's the Southpaw in his 3rd season at the wheel for the Fins. Quarterback Tua Tagovailoa.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Entering play, stick. Counter F. Take return. On plan, there are 8 player, there are 8 formation, there are 8 play type, there are option, run. HPS power.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 actions. HP inside zone is selected. Cross button.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50. The numbers for McCaffrey last week. 1 rushing touchdown, yes, but look at the rushing yards. He was up near 200.
The one phrase I'd use to describe that performance, he carved up that defense.
There are some play type, option, run, pass, quick pass, Y stick, stick, goal line fade, stick.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. From midfield, here's Tua. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. He had his eyes on 200 yards last week, earned him AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he was really, really good. Fun to watch back in tape with you.
It was fun to watch, wasn't it? He's trying to have the same type of a game in this one. But what was fun watching was how he read the defense. No matter what they presented, he had an answer for it, and that's why he was open during that game.
And he's going to drop this down to McCaffrey. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Entering play call. Y stick. Stick. Play type. Run. Pass. Auction is set to standard pass 29 play. Auction is set to shotgun pass 105 plays. Shotgun. Keep curl. Dagger. Stick spacing. Wheel switch. Stick spacing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cross button. Cross button.
Here's Tua.
Triangle button.
And a completion to Wilson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. The Dolphins hit a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down.
It'd be real interesting to take a look at this play later, because on this pitch toss play, I get the sense that he just followed the pulling guard or the pulling offensive lineman through that hole and spilled this play early.
Yeah, because he didn't even get to the outer third of the field. He was tackled in the middle third.
Yeah, when you're talking about a pitch or a toss tackled there, that means they read it fast and diagnosed it and knocked him down in a hurry.
Cross button. Cross button.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He is going to find Hill here. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 17-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that. I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
AHP ace power. Zone split WK. AHP ace power.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. McCaffrey diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So that a great sequence for these guys to begin the ball game. They force the punt on one end, then come right down the field and score on the other.
And that's a great example of leaning on each other and building a little momentum that way. How about the defense forcing the punt, turns it over to the offense with confidence, and they take it downfield and score.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. That empty selected.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. That time a 9-play drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This one taken just inside the 10. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Meanwhile, Cousins throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Cousins to throw it. And he'll just get rid of it.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first 2 possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Shifts by him. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them. On first down, Tagovailoa. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Tua going to throw. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 27-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Entering play call. Run. Cat. Run. Inside. AHP. Zone split WK.
Here we go.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Spacing, X slant, jet touch pass, X slant.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Square button. Triangle.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick. Stick. Y stick.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Circle button.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
R1 button.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Tight defense there on 3rd down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution because he realized he's in field goal range. No sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
Run. Pass. Option is set to Hail Mary 3 plays. Hail. Goal post. Shot save block. Goal post.
Ready.
Tua on 4th down. He
button.
lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run for the first time with Ty Chandler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
Play call.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins out to the flat here for Johnson. Only able to gain a couple there. And third down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Wilson snags it left side. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
There are 8 categories. There are 6 subcategories. Option is set to Hail Mary. 3 plays. You have 5 up. Coach suggestions. On plan. There are 8 player. There are Christian McCaffrey. Christian 26 euro. AHP inside zone.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that 4th down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
There are 8. Play high. There are run. Pass. Hail Mary. There are 6 categories. Play, run, pass. Option is set to quick pass 16. Quick pass, twice tick.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. It's Tagovailoa from his own end zone. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they'll get him down up past the 15. 70th catch for him on the year. Like so many others, this goes for a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Entering play call, quick pass. There are 6 categories. Play, run, pass. Option is set to Hail Mary. 3 plays. Hail, goal post.
Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18.
R1 button. Press button.
Tua sets up to pass it.
Circle button.
He's going to float this over the middle deep.
Triangle button.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
Hail Mary free play. Option is set. Quick twice tick.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
R1 button.
Looking to pass. Tua. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
AHP Ace Power.
Here we go, set.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be touched out just shy of midfield. Well, we had a pair of division rivalries in primetime last weekend, Week 5, and we've got another pair of good ones coming up here in Week 6. Starting tonight, Cowboys and Eagles from Philly on Sunday night. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football has the Broncos and Chargers from SoFi. That's going to be a lot of fun, no doubt. Kickoff 5:15 local time for that one out in Southern California. Cousins on 1st down. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Very nice catch there by Justin Jefferson, one of the best receivers in the game after just 2 seasons in the league. As a rookie, 2nd team All-Pro, and then in his 2nd year was 2nd in the league in yardage. This guy continues to grow and get better with every game.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First down. Here's Cousins. And this one right back into the hands of Jefferson. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Second and 15. Throwing, Cousins. Wilson's got it complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Cousins again. He'll get that to Amir Smith-Marset. And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now Cody Parkey out to try the field goal. From the left hash, this from 39. The kick by Parkey is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
R2 button.
Igbenogany elects not to return it. The football will come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock, but barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 22 yards there, a first down.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Entering plate, Puffler, wide drag wheel, plate, run, pass. Option is set to screen pass 9 plays. Screen, AHD slip screen.
Here we go.
Square button. Cross button.
From midfield, here's Tua.
Triangle button.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Entering plate, AHD slip screen. Plate, run, pass. Option is set to Hail Mary free play. Option is set to Y stick.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
R1 button.
Here's
Cross
Tua.
button.
Gets this one to Hill. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Entering play call, Y stick.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
R1 button.
Now Tua.
R1 button.
He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So give them 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are gun plan. There player. There are formation. There are play type. There are 8 run. Pass. Quick pass. Y stick.
Ready, ready.
R1 button.
They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That one complete to Hill. And he is going to be out of bounds a couple of yards short of the marker. And they will fail to convert here on 4th down. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't it? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories. Mike Blitz 0.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Drops this underneath for Chandler. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jordan Berry now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Couldn't do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
McCaffrey running up the middle. A nice little juke. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 54 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Entering plate, AHPA's power.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Ready, go.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
There are 7 categories.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Meanwhile, to his throw, caught by his receiver, Hill. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Entering play call, plate, run. Inside handoff, AHPA's power.
Here we go, here we go.
This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. McCaffrey. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, we know he's a guy who's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
You have 15 options, add again to selected.
Sanders now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey.
Special teams, you have 6 options, kickoff left is selected.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in at the 3. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
He'll start with a handoff to Johnson. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They go to Johnson again. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Here's Cousins.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
From just shy of midfield, Cousins, and a completion to Wilson.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw, there's Cousins.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive. But a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins to throw it.
Out to the flat here for Johnson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. To the air again, it's Cousins. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
R1 button.
Now a draw play to McCaffrey. 101 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Auction is set to counter 7th place. Counter weak. Counter F. AHP misdirection WK.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL.
CNTR WK. AHP misdirection WK.
Here we go. Stay. Hut. Ready.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Entering play, draw, counter, play type, option, run, pass, play action, pass, off Florida stretch.
Okay, right.
On play action, here's Tua. They'll roll him out right. Shaheen, the tight end on the right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Normally, you see 3 tight ends in a formation, you have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
Entering play call, play, run, pass. Option is set to shotgun pass. Option is set to quick pass 6 with Y stick. Square button.
Tua now on first down. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Entering play, Y stick, Y stick. Circle button. R1 button.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Another catch there for Waddle. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. He is going to find Hill here.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Play call, Y stick. Square button.
And again, it's Tagovailoa.
R1 button.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
R1 button. R1 button.
Tua sets up to pass it. And he's got his tight end, Gesicki, in the end zone. Touchdown, Dolphins. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
It's unbelievable. Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it all concludes with a touchdown pass to the tight end, Mike Gesicki. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Taken in at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Vikings going to take over here one more time before the half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First down, here's Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Here's 2nd and a yard. Cousins. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Come on, guys, you got this. Let's win.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll begin our tour up at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, and it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. Mac Jones has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. 3 touchdown passes there for Trey Lance. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. Aaron Rodgers with 2 touchdown passes. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Vikings. And they will need to get this passing game in gear.
because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there. Final preparations being made for the second half, both in terms of game plan and also hydration, because humidity is really going to catch up to these guys, no doubt. And for the call of the second half, we go back to Brandon Gaudin.
Yeah, Coach. Hey, that goes for the announcers, too. No AC in this booth, so we've got a mash unit of empty water bottles up here as well.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but he's got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Tua going to throw.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a run with McCaffrey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
130 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Ready.
Here's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't he?
He really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, They're still not in field goal range yet, so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A give up the middle to Johnson. Able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores. You know that they were thinking second half comeback here. That's a big miss if they want to have a chance at that comeback.
A very big miss because time is becoming a real factor now, and they're 3 scores down.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see him back. Just going to have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone.
Triangle button.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out in the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa.
R1 button. Circle button.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
That's his 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Well, pretty woeful there, just 23 yards on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Entering French. Quit game. Option. Coaching. Medical center is selected. Entering injury report screen. 3 rows 4 columns left filter. Dolphins right filter. Vikings selected. Player named Cook. Position age. Injury type dislocated elbow. Injury length 1 week. Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Cousins now.
That's complete to Chandler on the check down.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The 1st down carry here for Johnson.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Chandler on 2nd down.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
There are 6 categories.
Still in search of their 1st touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Up the middle, Johnson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Tackle made there by Eric Rowe.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Drive here, they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Cousins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly pulled up to the top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
Surprised at all that they went with a fullback there?
Not at all, because it harkened back to the days where we watched these games almost in black and white, right? The stocky guy, the strong guy, the powerful guy with leg drive. Give him the football, and even if the blocking isn't perfect, he has the ability to scatter bodies and move people enough to pick up first downs. That's what we just saw right there.
47 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Again, it's Johnson. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
But with the score where it is, you're not thinking field goals right now. You need touchdowns. So that was a much-needed conversion there on 3rd down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Credit Melvin Ingram, able to get into the backfield and make the stop.
And now you have to wonder, partner, at what point in time do they forget the running game? It's been a struggle so far in this one. I would think they'd have to start throwing it a little bit more.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Running from the gun, Johnson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 14. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they showed passing formation, showing a shotgun, then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Touchdown! Albert Wilson from 13 yards out. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. And what a drive that was. 16 plays all told. And it's polished off by a Viking score.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the gun, McCaffrey. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Entering play call. HD zone split WK. HDWM.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Cross cutting.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack in the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to pass. Tua. That's going to be caught by Waddle. They'll go as a gain of 4. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
16 options. Y stick is selected.
Ready.
Triangle button. Cross button.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa able to get away, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
This is a little hard for me to compare because they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
There are 8 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for Miami. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Once again, we got to get out as a group.
Cousins now to throw on first down.
Middle of the field to Jefferson.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Categories.
Play action now. Cousins. Over the middle here to Wilson. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Emmanuel Agba finding his way to the ball for a big stop there behind the line of scrimmage. That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Play fake. Cousins. He's got a man. Complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Cousins to throw it.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Cousins now from the 50. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. They try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple of weeks.
That's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Flushed out, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today.
Now Hill to return it.
And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Officially 91 yards on the punt return.
And the Dolphins are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Let's just call that play what it was. Bold, dashing, daring, and a big-time return for a touchdown.
Fielding a punt inside the 10. Most coaches, they frown upon that, don't they?
They really do. I do know some special teams coaches who say, okay, I'll let you go back to 8, and he's right in that gray area, and he made that play work in a massive way.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. He has home run hitting ability in the punt return department. And he showcases it there all the way back for 6.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. With the football going back to the Vikings offense. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing is Cousins. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down.
To throw is Cousins. It's caught. Smith. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that 1st down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The give to the fullback on the dive.
And he is going to pick up the Vikings first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
And yes, everyone, that was the fullback carrying the football. I know it's a dying breed, it's a dying position for a lot of people, but I still think it's valuable and important, especially one who can carry the ball.
And you need short yardage. What makes sense? Go to a big body, let him plow forward just like he did there.
It's still a big man's game.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins.
Again, it's Johnson.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Really good defensive effort. They were all over there. Swing pass out to the right side before lost yard.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm. Ran to the football and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
HPA's power.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
They're pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Okay, ready?
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
On the double.
Tua on 4th down. And he's got it. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Set, ready.
Tua sets up to pass it.
And this one too low. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
It feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. He scored on a punt return, and now he's scored through the air. And the Dolphins are looking to run it to 5-1 on the season as they add to their fourth-quarter lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Sanders on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill.
Special teams, you have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Very short kick taken right at the 20. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one. They'll probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
There are 6 categories.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Now Cousins. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw. And they're under 200 yards passing for the game. So they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game. And that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
Cousins on 3rd and 2. Screenplay, Johnson. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Cousins to throw for it on 4th.
Throwing quickly to Wilson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they'll get the conversion on a gain of 14.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll throw again. Cousins.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash. Act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Escaping, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Agba able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Fourth down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Entering play run. In AHPA's power.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
This is McCaffrey.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Inside handoff. AHPA's power.
Here we go.
Cross cutting.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 63 options. HP inside zone is selected.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away.
HP inside zone is selected.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Play type, formation, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are 8 categories. Personnel, there are 8 categories. Play type, there are option. RPO. RPO red, there are 3 categories. RPO red flat wheel is selected.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Entering play call, RPO red. Play type, special. Option is set to clock management 5 play. Clock man, fix spike 3, spike ball, fix spike 3, Eugene heel.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Entering play call, clock management, there are 2 categories. You have 5 options. Spike ball is selected. Fix spike 3, Eugene heel.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like, let's enjoy watching our team play this well. This is fun.
So for Miami, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Pittsburgh Steelers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.